together, explore forever. No expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever. Imagination. Create together, explore forever. No expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever. Invitate to use your imagination. Feel the glow, let it guide your stride.
Got a hankering for summoning devils that may or may not actually help you out? Does your day feel incomplete without the possibility of new allies staging a coup in your living room? Look no further. The Deck of Many Devils is a 34-card special edition, the scandalous twin to the Deck of Many Damnations. Shuffle, draw, summon entire squads of cunning fiends who occasionally obey you. Declare your draw, reveal a random card, and poof, that devil appears in all its sinister glory. They are not responsible for devils demanding your firstborn, secondborn, or entire lineage. Do not attempt to banish them using homemade sigils, or you'll end up on a fiendish no-summon list. Summoned devils may devour your prized potted plants or your father's soul. Choose your bargains wisely. This product is a wholly non-refundable once devils have set up shop in your foyer. Order the Deck of Many Devils now. Welcome back everyone to Smite Club, episode 3 of our Tyrant of Zhentil Keep solo playthrough. In our previous 2 episodes, you witnessed 2 very different incarnations of Alric Stoneheart, one driven by righteous justice, the other by compassionate mercy. Both of them met their fates on the creepy streets and crypts of Zhentil Keep. Now, the new Alric steps into the stage, weaving another thread into the multiversal tapestry. A lawful, neutral paladin sworn to St. Cuthbert. Unlike his predecessors, Alric does not concern himself with mercy or redemption. He stands for unwavering law and punishing those who defy it, no matter their motives or pleas. Having crossed the Alric desert and arrived at Zhentil Keep's weathered gates, he is reluctantly adhering to the local law and willing to enforce it where necessary. Will the Keep secrets and moral ambiguities bring out the harshest edges of this new unyielding enforcer and lead him to his doom, much like the previous 2? Or will his rigid code bend beneath the weight of a city steeped in corruption and manage to survive? Grab your gear, brace yourself for stern discipline, and join me on this 3rd episode of what's going to be an ongoing forever quest just to get past level 1 and leave this shithole of a town known as Zhentil Keep. Now, let's go back to our first option. As we approach the Zhentil Keep, there are 4 staunch-looking warriors, all with spears, fully armored, looking more like armored thugs than trained military officers. Yet, as I approach, they look at me with a raised eyebrow and say, "Welcome to Zhentil Keep. State your business." Well, I'm just traveling through. You've been traveling a long time, just want some rest. Well, you better mind your step, traveller. Obey Manchun's edicts and the laws of this place, and stay out of trouble, and you'll be just fine. I always uphold the law. Always. Above everything else. The nod guards to you with a odd respect that leads to believe that he's got his eye on you, but believes you. As he walks on, he looks around and sees the disrepair of the city, the potholes, the poorly maintained buildings, and the overall impression that this was once a proud city that's taken far too many knocks. The citizens look like they've taken a beating too, slumping around, not exactly full of the joy of life like many others that I've seen in this expansive valley. They just look browbeaten, harassed, and at the end of their tether. On both sides of the street, you see businesses shutting up shop and the owners heading home. The only establishment still open is a tavern. To your right, and you see hung over the door, stating its name, the Scoundrel's Tankard. A bit further down the street, there's a man giving a sermon with a fairly large crowd of people around him. It's hard to make out what he's saying over the noise of carts that seem clattering past full of goods. And you see and feel the first drops of rain start to fall as I look up to see the clouds threatening a huge downpour. I'm going to go to the pub. Let's go straight to the pub. Walk straight in. I need a goddamn drink after dying twice. That's all I've got to say. You make your way across to the street to the Scoundrel's Tankard. Pushing your way through the door, you immediately met with a wall of noise. The place is packed. There is a reek of ale and sweat, and you shoulder your way in and towards the bar, raising a few grunts in the protest. Go to map 5. Alright, let's see. I'm pretty sure I have this one correct. Yes. Okay. Let's zoom in. Right, let's bring Alric into this joint. Oh, no. What is this one? Alric Stoneheart. He's not dead anymore. Let's put you back to alive and visible. There we go. Let's open the door, Alric, and head in, buddy. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so straight away 189 the moment I walk in the door. So let's check that out, shall we? I wonder what's in here. It's a very lively place. Probably not, actually. It's probably a shithole, just like the rest of the bloody town. But let's find out, shall we? Okay. Back of this booklet and entry format. Okay, so 189. Let's go there. There are numerous posters on the wall advertising all sorts of things, but 2 in particular catch your eye. The first reads Orc Amnesty. All orcs will report to have compulsory identification papers issued the 3rd day of the first 10 day of Kythorn at the Grand Temple of Bane. This is to distinguish those who are legitimate citizens of Zhentil Keep from those who may be spies acting for Ghaust, the 4-armed orcish warlord currently marching on the citadel of the Raven. And the second reads, Spectral terror in the South City. All residents within the South City are advised to be indoors after dusk. A terrible spectre has been sighted amongst the ruins at night and has already killed 3 people and kidnapped 4 more. It is described as having an upper half covered in armor and an ethereal green vapor trail as its lower half. Those who have seen the armored spectre have uniformly reported that it wears a large helmet sporting long black horns. The Zhentilar captain of the guard is offering a reward of 300 gold pieces to the brave soul who can find the armored spectre amongst the ruins of the South City, kill it, and deliver its black horned helmet to the Zhentilar barracks. Several Zhentilar have already tried and failed, no questions asked. If you are interested in investigating the spectre threat and claiming the reward, you think to yourself that tomorrow night after you've rested and explored the city will be an ideal time. Note the code word Spectre Quest on your character sheet at the appropriate time and it will be activated. Suddenly, as you're reading, you feel a strong shove in your back. "Oi, get out of the way!" someone shouts as they push past you. There's a massive crash and you turn to see a chair splintering into pieces over the head of an orc. "Get out, you savage!" the attacker, a human, shouts. Another thug, the one who pushed past you, joins the fray, and the orc, who appears to have just been sitting there minding his own business, is on the ground having the living daylights beaten out of him. Do you want to involve yourself in this fight going to the aid of the orc? If so, go to entry 28. To try your hand in pit combat against Crom Daggerfist, go to 204. Oh, that's if I fight the orc, I assume. Or to leave and go back for an inn, go to 6. Or return to map 5 entry and choose a different. I mean, I'll just leave them to it. I mean, this is... no. Excuse me, gentlemen. But... what is it do you think you're doing here? If they ignore me or carry on what they're doing. They completely ignore me and continue fighting. I'm just so given up. I just want a goddamn drink. I'm going to the bar. So, you guys fight. I just don't care. It's a pub. Yeah, people fight in pubs, although it did seem a bit racist. 54. A halfling tends the bar, darting back and forth as he provides cider, ale, and hot pipes to his customers. Hot pies, not hot pipes. A halfling woman, his wife, perhaps takes payment for the food and drink. You watch them for a while, marveling at this intricate dance that they perform effortlessly. A male half-orc over 6 feet tall approaches. "Barkeep," he cries in a merry tone. "A pint of your finest black ale, please." The halfling turns and looks at him contemptuously. "You pipe down and wait your turn, laddie, if you know what's good for you." The half-orc is taken aback by this, but doesn't protest. You hear him mumble under his breath. "Downright bloody rude, that is." Your reverie is interrupted by a loud announcement. 10 minutes, friends. Till the pit bouts, get your drinks and move downstairs and we shall have us ashore. Still taking challenges for the third bout as well, against the mad dwarf Crom Daggerfist. He takes all comers, 150 gold pieces purse for that boot. After hearing this, a few punters drift towards the stairs, but everyone else goes back to their drinks. It appears that there are no challenges right now. Do I order a drink and stand by the bar? Yes, that is definitely what I want for now. I might try against Crom, but right now, I just want a drink, right? You signal to the halfling barkeep and he presents himself before you, standing up on a crate. "What can I get you?" he says shortly, obviously not in the mood for small talk. I'll have a tankard of your finest ale, please, and put a silver in the bar. It's promptly delivered, and lifting the draft to my lips, I take a deep sip, and by the gods, does it taste good after that long day's travel and nightmares about being killed in this place. The male half-orc, who was addressed rudely by the butler, finally has his drink and is enjoying it quietly. Would I like to strike up a conversation with him? Go to 145. Would you like to finish your ale and try your hand with the pit bout? Go to 204. If I'd rather try out the dice game, go to entry 18. Or you can read the posters plastered. Nah, I'm gonna go. I might as well go and fight in the pit bout, right? I'm a dwarf. Take on another dwarf. You walk to the back of the tavern and descend a set of stairs. From below comes the stench of body odour, ale and pipe smoke. You emerge in a dingy little room. At the center of which is a hexagonal ring surrounded by ropes. You watch as a troll does battle with an ogre, neither of them giving an inch. The sounds of fists slapping against flesh. The room seems to be filled with these raucous cheers as the crowd, who are loving every moment of this bloodfest roar. Finally, the ogre gets the better of the troll, beating him to the floor with a succession of vicious punches and elbows. Someone rings a gong, ka-ding, and the referee enters. Alric the Third. The referee yells, lifting the arm of the ogre about a foot into the air, with great difficulty seeing how he's so much shorter. Now, our last competitor, who still has no component, from Daggerfist. Any potential challengers should know that this is not a fight to the death. You are not risking your life here. Crom will reduce you to a bloody pulp, certainly, but he won't kill you. No, we'll leave that honor to the Black Network. There is a roar of laughter throughout the pub as a few bottles go flying through the air, just missing one of the announcers' heads by a hair's breadth. Hey, settle down, you lot! He shouts half-heartedly, then takes a swig of ale from a large tankard as someone's just passed him. A dwarf slides under the ropes, stands and begins immediately pacing. Back and forth, back and forth, leering at the crowd menacingly, a mixture of cheering and booing greeting as his arrival into the ring. He has a shock of bright red hair and wears a belt lined with throwing daggers, as well as one menacing-looking blade, a couple of fingers smaller than a short sword. The dwarf starts berating the punters, most of whom are quite drunk. So none of you cowards are willing to face me. I suppose I'll take the 150 gold myself then and drink it away upstairs. As Crom turns his back to you in order to use the other half of the room, step forward, make a signal to the referee. The referee nods back and says, "It's on." The two dwarfs standing opposite each other, both red-haired, from slightly older than myself. Who's gonna win? Let's see what happens, buddy. Go down there, and I think... Introducing the Cleaner Ball, because dirt is temporary, but the trauma of what lurks beneath your sofa is forever. Are you tired of filth? Sick of mystery stains? Does your local dungeon reek of goblin funk, eldritch mildew, or the vague scent of regret? Well, worry no more. The Cleaner Ball is here to blast away grime, filth, and existential despair. Simply shout the command word, and watch as a sparkling wave of cleansing magic obliterates dirt, tidies messes, and even polishes your loot for resale quality. Everything dirty gets sucked into the mystical demiplane of filth and grime, which is totally safe, we promise. Probably. Pricing and special offers, we have the low price of just 50 gold. You can bring cleanliness into your life today. If you buy 3, you get a free anti-dirt sigil decal, and if you buy 5, get the exclusive Janitor's Blessing spell scroll. Where can you buy the Cleaner Ball? At Gnome Depot, Bard Mart, or ask your local wizard. Banish filth, not your sanity. Let's see what happens, shall we? Alric, time to pull it out of the bag. We need that gold. We want to spend it tomorrow morning. Not that we know we're going to go shopping tomorrow, but we want to go shopping tomorrow morning, Alric. Come on, you can do this, buddy. You can do this. Dice gods, do not fail me. Do not fail me. Okay. Let's start with finding the right combat thingy-mabobby. So it goes down to here. Find map 2 and go to the Crom Daggerfist combat sheet. Crom Daggerfist. Okay. Okay, roll initiative for yourselves, and Crom, he has a d20 plus 2, so Crom, you get a 19. Why do I always roll so well for the bad guys? Okay, in fact, I'm going to do this here, but there we go. Right, we'll move the one back into it. Okay, here we go. Alright. Come on, Alric. Let's see what you get, buddy. Let's go, go, go. 18! I'm going to roll with this guy. I'm going to roll real nice. Go +2. Alright. So he's just 11. He still is lower. Begin combat. Alrighty. Okay. So, now, it is going to be... Okay, okay, so he gets the attack twice with his poison dagger or once with normal dagger, depending if you're up close or not. I need to get up close. Dangerous. So I'm gonna pull out my maul and just go at it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he can come at me. I'm gonna hold my action when he comes close. Just smash. So he's gonna come charging in. No, he's gonna probably not actually. He's probably just gonna chuck a dagger at me because he doesn't need to. So let's check his attack. His attack is okay. Good to know. +5. That's a 20. That hits. 1d4 plus that's 6 points of damage. Okay. I'm now half hit points. Okay. His first attack. That's actually crazy. Now is my turn again. Bam. And run in. Boom. 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 Okay. More. Let's hopefully hit this time around. Okay. Come on now. You can do it. Okay. More. Do it. That's 18. That hits him. Great. That's 2d6 +3, then +2d8 for this divine smite. As oh, come on, man. 6 points of damage plus 1, 2. Well, higher. 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. 9. Alright, so 15 points of damage in total. This guy has 10 hit points left, and I have 6. He's now going to make 2 attacks with his poison dagger. First one is a natural 20. Okay, he just stabs it into me. I am outed. So what happens when I lose? Let's see. If you are within 25 feet, you can make once per turn. From whoever is reduced to 5 minutes, is the loser. See below. Okay. So if you defeat, you go to page 80. Okay. Okay. Next time, Petrich, try harder, be a worthy opponent. Ah, dear. It's what Crom says as he leaves the ring, tossing me a few coins, which land around my head as I lay beaten on this canvas. Buy yourself a drink, mate. He laughs as he disappears into the crowd. Slowly pick myself up, kind of rubbing my head and bruised ego, as I head back upstairs to the tavern. And get absolutely the piss taken out of me, I assume. No, not that. Yeah. No. There we go. Tavern. I'm going to go and speak to these guys. 18. Okay, so. Number 18. 18. What's the fun? It's quite hard to navigate this when it's not always. But. Okay. You move over to the dice table where three men are deeply engrossed in a game that involves 3 dice. A female elf is running the game but not playing herself. She sips on a cider and watches the proceedings and gives you a friendly smile as you approach. We're playing Dragon Slayer, one of the men informs you. Care to join? It's 100 gold per round, so it's not for the faint of heart. The 2 players glance up at you. You notice they are betting with gold coins. They finish their game and then invite you to sit down. Each of them rolls a dice. The first player gets a 3, the second a 4. Now you roll, the elf says, to see who goes first. Okay. Let's see. I got a 1. I go last. Alright. Okay, so we roll. First player rolls 2d6. This roll sets how many rounds it will take to slay the dragon. The same player then rolls 3d6, then the next player, then the next, going in a circle. All players continue to throw 3d6 until they get a double, a hit on the dragon, at which point that player stops rolling. The remaining players keep throwing until they get a double also. When everyone has rolled a double, that is the end of the round. Every time someone throws the dice, they put down 1 gold, including for the throw containing the double. This seems like a really long game. I don't want to play it. I'm just going to have a roll off to see if I win. That is a 19 for the guy 1. That is a natural 20 for guy 2. And a 17 from me. So the second player wins. I lose all my gold, and it's the end of the game. Okay. The female gives you a smite. Oh well, you can't win them all, as they say. Cursing your bad luck, you pick up your belongings and stand, walking away from the table. I'm going to talk to the elf. Just a minute, you say, lightly touching her on the arm. Something about the elf tells you she might know some useful information. What do you want, she asks. I need to be somewhere. Spit it out. What do you wish to ask her? She seems to be in a hurry, but probably has time to answer one question. I can ask her what brings her to Zhentil Keep, or why orcs are being discriminated against here. I mean, the second one is probably important, but I'm going to ask her the first one because I want to hit on her. Dwarf to elf. What brings you here? What brings me here? She asks. That you are perhaps better off not knowing. Besides, I've only just met you. How do I know I can trust you? She makes to go, but you take a hold of her arm. Tell me, you say, holding her gaze. You can trust me. She looks down at your hand, then up at your face. Something about your expression must resonate with her. She nods and shakes your grip off. Very well. She says, my name is Salim Elestil, and I come on a mission from Elephant Tree on the south shore of Moonsea. She pauses here, sighing. My mother, is the warden of Elventree, and her name is Elanil Elasadil. Even though we are peaceful folk, still we are not hidden enough to escape the prying eyes of the powers that be. Zal Shembril, High Priest of Bane, came to Elventree some weeks ago, looking to court my mother's favour to see if the elves would back Manshoon if a war was to come. She denied him, saying that the elves there wanted no part of Manshoon's plans, so he left, seemingly accepting her decision. But later on that night, he had one of his minions, a Zentaran spy, creep in and steal a precious artifact, the Wand of the Elven Mage. This is a treasured wand that has been in the Elisadil family for generations. It's very powerful. He means to use it in some war that is coming, and by doing so, will stain our family's legacy forever. And so I am here to retrieve it, and one of the men you played dice with, he is here to help me as well. He is a master assassin. We are going to break into Zal's tower and retrieve the wand. Well, that is some serious business. They have broken sacred law by taking your family artifact. If that's the case, I am happy to join you if you so wish. Simon is taken aback by your offer of assistance. Well, I won't say no. You could be killed, you know, and I don't have anything to pay you with. But you will be keeping power out of the hands of Manshoon, so that's something. Well, I got to tell you, I don't really give a monkey's about Manshoon or what he does. His place here is a bit odd, but each place has its rules for his rules business, and law is law. Well, think about it tomorrow, Salin says. If you still want to help meet us at the East Bridge, near at the north end, about 4 hours after dusk. So, if I still want to help her achieve her goals, I need to take note of the code word Wand Quest at the appropriate time. Will be activated. Alrighty. Wand Quest. Let's go to 3 warm. The crowd in the Scandrous Tankard is quickly thinning, heading home. Soon there are only a few people left in the bar, talking quietly over pints of ale. Those who witnessed the pit bouts are filtering up from downstairs, loudly discussing the merits of various champions as they leave. At which point I hang my head in shame. You realise that it grows late, and you'll need to find somewhere to stay for the night. Yes. Night is now falling. You start walking towards the market square, checking the main thoroughfare and side streets for suitable inns. As you walk down one street that leads off the main street, you see a small figure slumped on a stoop, taking regular swigs from a whiskey bottle. As I pass, I catch the sight of a halfling's face, and he looks rather miserable. Good night, I said, just to kind of cheer him up a bit. But he just replies, Is it? Been a while since I've had a good night. Anyway, fare thee well, stranger. I go to continue, but I stop, thinking of this weird dream I had about a version of me dying, and I turn to speak to this sorrowful wretch. So, what is it that makes it so terrible? Through a thick drunken haze, he peers up at me, as if struggling to understand. Why am I so sad? He replies. I'm ruined, my friend. Absolutely ruined. My business is in tatters. I sit down next to him, further slow, kind of questioning him further, trying to manage to coax the full story. Come on, tell me the whole story, eh? Well, I used to, I'm Wendell Wheatfields. I ran Wendell Essential Victuals, selling meats, vegetables, dry grains, and other items to various hospitality establishments across Zhentil Keep. I kept the whole city fed, I did. But Wendell tells you that the thieves have been pilfering his goods for some weeks now. At first, it was just a sack of grain here, a crate of potatoes there, but lately, they've been taking more and more. And just last night, they cleaned me out completely. Everything gone. I have the capital to restock my inventory, but I can't go on like this. I discovered from Wendell that he keeps all his goods in a cellar, selling from his shop front upstairs. Customers walk in off the street and the doors are triple locked every night. There were never any signs of forced entry, which led Wendell to think that someone could be using magic to teleport in, but he soon dismissed that idea. Teleport in to steal potatoes and flour? Why would anyone bother when there's a bank 2 doors down? Wendell takes a long swig of whiskey. Then I found it, he says, turning to meet your gaze as he wiped his mouth from the back of his hand. Now, very drunk. Or rather, my friend, Ortner found it. Found what? A secret tunnel leading downstairs beyond. Who knows what's down there? Thugs, most likely. Stealing from my storeroom, reselling it on the black market. Have you informed the city guard? The Zhentilar. No, they're no help, especially not to a small-timer like me. Don't you know that Bane is the god in this city? No, friend. Kindness is in short supply around here, I'm afraid. And I can't afford mercenaries, so that's me done, I'm afraid. He takes another long swig of whiskey, nearly draining the bottle this time. It seems I can't help but pity this poor little fella. And I also can't help thinking that depending on what's down those stairs, that's possibly something that could help. I'm going to give him a hand. I mean, I've offered to give the elf a hand. I've offered to give Wendell a hand. So let's see. 81. I tell Wendell that I would be more than happy to check out what's at the bottom of those stairs for him. I've seen enough oppression already in the Moonsea to last me a lifetime. It's about time someone showed a little humanity around here. I mean, I'm not that fussed about that. I'm just hoping that there's some cash at the bottom of the fucking stairs. Wendell buries his face in my chest and throws his arms around me, sobbing. Oh, thank you, friend, he bowls. You have no idea. I can't even face my wife anymore. This has nearly done me in. I'll give you whatever I can. It's like, all right. Just back off, will you? I don't need the hugs. I need... Buy me a drink sometime. All right, Wendell? 403. Wendell says he can probably manage about 75 gold, but the rest he simply must keep as capital to purchase his next lot of stock. He actually has a smile on his face now at the prospect of you helping him with his problems, and he embraces you warmly. If you change your mind and decide to offer your services for free of charge... No, I do not. So nice to meet someone from outside of Zhentil Keep. You'll convince me now that at the end of this year, I'm setting up and moving to Loudwater or Melvant, perhaps anywhere, really honest. I've had enough of this place. Wendell gives you directions to his place of business and asks you to meet him there 3 hours after close of business tomorrow night. Right now, he's incapable of anything other than staggering home and falling into bed. Code the code word, help Wendell. So, I have a choice to make, it would seem. Help Wendell or help the elf? Alright. You walk the streets of Zhentil Keep looking for somewhere to spend the night, making an investigation roll. Alrighty, I can do that. Let's do that. Okay, investigation, eh? Let's go to ability saves. Oh. D&D Beyond being slow. Okay, investigation, eh? +0. Let's see. That's a 4. I failed. So let's see where that takes us. We're going to sleep on the streets tonight or what? You pound the streets of Zhentil Keep for about half an hour or so, searching for an inn. The drizzle turns into a proper rain as you walk, and night falls completely. The pitter-patter of the rain falling across your pauldrons. The streets are wet and empty, everyone having retreated to the golden glow of their homes for the evening. Finally, you find a modest-looking establishment named the Stout Miner. You enter dripping wet and greet the innkeeper with a nod. "Rooms are 2 gold pieces for the night," she announces matter-of-factly, "and I'll not have any eye drinks. No guests in the room after dusk, and breakfast is served an hour after sunup." I shell out the 2 golds to the portly woman and see a stack of maps on the front desk. Pocket-sized maps of Zhentil Keep. "Oh, take one," the woman says, indicating to the maps. "They're free, courtesy of Lord Manchoon." You retire to your room with the map and study it carefully, thinking about what parts of the city I will visit tomorrow. Finally, sleep catches up with you and you drift off into a deep slumber on the surprisingly comfortable bed. Okay, that is long rest times, guys. You wake up in the morning and take breakfast downstairs. Gruel hotcakes with a sweet syrup. Thanking the innkeeper, you walk out to the street and survey the scene before you. Carts trundle towards the market square where merchants are already setting up, and the day is fine and clear. All about you, locals and travelers, go about their business. Unfurling my map, I study the different areas of Zhentil Keep and study where I go next.
Create together, explore forever. No expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever. Imagination. Create together, explore forever. No expectation. No expectation. Create whichever, explore wherever. Invitate to use your guide your stride.